Joliet council meeting for Tuesday, December 2nd, 2025 at 6:30 in City Hall Council Chambers with the Honorable Mayor Terry Darcy presiding. We will have the invocation from Councilman Pat Mudrin, after which he will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
A prayer for guidance and wisdom. Heavenly Father, we gather to seek your guidance and wisdom as we begin this meeting. Open our minds to listen attentively and speak with clarity. Help us to focus on the task at hand and work together with the spirit of unity and respect. May our time together be productive and lead to outcomes that honor you, Lord. Amen. Amen. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. We'll begin with roll call. Mayor Darcy.
Here.
Councilman Cardenas.
Here.
Councilman Clement.
Here.
Councilman Hug.
Here.
Councilwoman Ibarra.
Here.
Councilman Moreno.
Here.
Councilman Mudrin.
Here.
Councilman Quillman.
Here.
Councilman Burden.
Here.
First, we have a presentation, CERT graduates, presented by John Lukanczyk.
We're a team. We come up together. Good evening, Mayor, Council. It is my privilege to once again come before you and introduce another 2 graduating CERT classes. So this has been a very special group, and we'll talk about why in a second. But I just wanted to remind you about the Community Emergency Response Team concept. In Joliet, we've been doing this since March. We've been at multiple things for the city. We've got over 2,000 hours of volunteer time invested already. That's classroom and that's events as well. So this has been around since the 1980s, and there are over 600,000 people in the U.S. trained as CERT members. We are one of the largest teams in the state of Illinois already, and we haven't even been at this a year yet. So I'm very proud of these folks, and I'm very proud to be associated with all of them. So we are one of the 40-plus teams in the state. So on this team, we strive to get everybody together from all areas of the community working as one team for the benefit of everybody. And so far, we've gotten folks from every council district, and we've gotten city employees, we've gotten a whole bunch of folks who have been part of this, and we are very excited to present our new graduates. Okay? So when we go through this program, as you can see on the screen here, these particular groups have gone through over 650 hours of training. So they've all showed up. They've come for 9 weeks, 27 hours of training, and all of the things that you see on the screen. Everything from disaster preparedness, incident command, disaster medical operations, search and rescue, you name it, they're trained in it, and they are ready to respond if something happens in the community. So our graduates, we have 26 new graduates, and we have 3 brand new instructors that I want to present to you guys today. So our new instructors, we have Flor Denise and Ana Campa Castillo. 2 of our new instructors are bilingual, and they are already planning our first Spanish class. So our first bilingual class was this year, class number 3, and I'll go through those folks here. Those are our new graduates. So class 3, we did at the Spanish Center, and all of those folks on the left-hand side are bilingual, and we had a couple folks who wanted to actually become instructors right out of the gate here. So in the second quarter, we're going to be doing a Spanish class, and hopefully we're going to pass this along to everybody in the community who wants to learn it. If you look at your screen, you'll see our breakdown of our council districts. District 2, Councilman Mudron, you are the highest CERT membership. But yeah, but as you can see, every council district is participating and every council district is involved. As of today, we have 77 trained members. By the end of the year, with our high school class, we will be right about 100 members, which is right where we wanted to be. So we're going to start again next year, and we'll talk about that. So right now, we're going to graduate the three high schools coming at the end in December here. So you'll get to see them hopefully in the first part of the year at a council meeting. But we've already gotten commitment from all the high schools to do this again in the spring. So they're liking it, they're learning stuff, they're learning how to be prepared, and we're going to do it again in the spring with a new group. The junior college also signed on for this, so we're going to be doing college classes. So far in the spring and summer are already scheduled, so we're going to be doing that. And we're going to be building our first Spanish class. So we are going to be running 2 classes starting in January, one during the day, one in the evening. So if you know anybody who wants to be a part of CERT, please send the QR code to them so they can sign up. It's free for the residents, and they get a lot of good training and preparation out of it. We're introducing our new Susie Squirrel character. We're going after, now that we've got the adults, and now we've got college, and now we've got high school, now we're going to go after getting our grade schoolers prepared for disasters. So there's always something new to learn, there's always a new group we can talk to, and these folks are just wonderful, and they are top of the mark. And once again, your CERT team. Thank you all for your support. You've been very nice about this, and thank you.
Thank you all. We appreciate all the help. I saw everybody helping out at the parade and the tree lighting and everything, so thank you so much for all you're doing.
Thank you.
Can I say
Are we not going to get a picture? John, stop.
You're gonna stay, not leave.
Yeah, let's get a picture. Come on, everybody.
All back.
All right.
Well, John, we don't look that bad today, do we?
No, you're looking great. All right, guys, get in.
Yeah, we'll leave again.
Okay, squeeze in, everybody.
Take 2, perfect, perfect. Happy.
John, don't move.
Look, actually,
More.
No, I'm not getting up. And you want me to get on that side by Sherry?
Wait, can you see Juan?
Yes, I can see him.
Between the 2 of us.
Okay, thank you. All right. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's good. Thanks, everyone. Okay. See you later. Yeah, call me up.
That's great.
Come even me.
Okay. Now we will have the Chief of Police provide some updates.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor, Mr. City Manager, Council. As the 2025 calendar year comes to a close, I was requested by the Mayor and City Manager to provide a snapshot of the year-to-date crime statistics and empirical data to the full council and members of the viewing public. The data presented today is derived from the department's CompStat digital computer management system. The report focuses on violent crime incidences citywide from year to date. In total, the city has had 386 shootings incidents this year, which is down from 614 at this time last year. This is a reduction of approximately 37%, making it the third year in a row that the Joliet Police Department has seen considerable reduction in total shootings. If you remember correctly, there were 694 at this time of the year in 2023. Additionally, aggravated batteries are down. Last year we had 42 at this time. This year we have 22. Aggravated discharge of a firearm went from 277 last year to 151 this year. Furthermore, it should be noted that robberies are also down. We had 53 last year. We're at 45 right now, with a total reduction of about 15% for that period. So with that being said, I'd like to take an opportunity to commend the members of the Joliet Police Department on their proactive and often dangerous work. As of yesterday, they've collectively responded to 83,638 calls for service. Homicides were also down, as the Detective Division continues to record higher than a 90% clearance rate on homicide offenses over a 3-year period, ultimately holding dangerous offenders accountable. Many of our more significant investigations were aided by our Flock LPR camera system network throughout the city. This year, JPD has invested in several other camera systems to supplement the Flock. To date, we have over 60 Flock cameras citywide, 5 live feed cameras strategically placed throughout the city of Joliet. The Joliet Police Department has also recovered 211 firearms off the streets of Joliet during this period. That's up from 183 at this point last year. I also like to note that our tactical team has recovered over 75 of those weapons, and remember, there's only about 7 guys on that team. As we move into the final month of the year, we're seeing small decreases in burglaries to motor vehicles and thefts. If you remember last year, that was slightly up. And a decrease in residential burglaries. Many of the vehicle burglaries resulted in the vehicles being left unlocked. So please ensure that your vehicle is parked in a well-lit area, secured, and free from valuable items within the vehicle. As the holiday season approaches, we want to remind our community that this is also peak period for fraud and theft. The most common we see this time of year is theft of packages from vehicles and theft of packages from porches. Before I leave the podium, I'd also like to highlight the deep commitment our officers have to community involvement. Something that's equally as important as our enforcement efforts. This weekend, the Joliet Police Department once again will participate in our annual Santa's Cop program, where our members will shop with over 80 kids in need at the Walmart, ensuring they have a brighter holiday season. Throughout the years, our officers also have taken place in numerous events that raise money for great causes, such as Easter Seals and the Special Olympics of Illinois, continuing our proud tradition of service beyond our daily duties. Additionally, we hosted a week-long summer camp for both boys and girls this year, providing mentorship, activities, and positive engagement with law enforcement. We're proud to serve our community, and we feel very supported by them. Finally, I'd like to take the opportunity to thank the mayor, the city council, and the city manager for their relentless support of the Joliet Police Department. These successes we have achieved could not have been done without your support and attention. Lastly, I would also like to thank the citizens of Joliet for their constant support of our agency. A week doesn't go by in which a citizen or community group doesn't stop by the station to offer food, prayers, and encouragement. In fact, Burger King was there today. It's comforting to know that our neighbors stand behind us, and although we know we do have a lot of work still to do, we remain committed to serving every resident with professionalism, integrity, and compassion. Thank you.
Thank you. Great job.
Next is the approval of the agenda. Is there a motion to approve the agenda as written?
So moved.
Second.
It's been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilman Cardenas?
Aye.
Councilman Clement?
Aye.
Councilman Hug?
Aye.
Councilwoman Navarro?
Aye.
Councilman Moreno?
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin?
Aye.
Councilwoman Quillman?
Aye.
Councilwoman Vernon?
Aye.
Mayor Darcy?
Aye.
Motion carried. Next is citizens to be heard on agenda items. We do have a few people that have signed up to speak on an agenda item. Alicia Morales?
Thank you. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, Honorable Mayor Darcy and City Council. My name is Alicia Morales. I am Joliet Township Precinct 4 Committeewoman. I would like to address ongoing concerns regarding the 135 acres on Collins Street, otherwise known as 1125 Collins Street, which is part of the former women's prison. So as you leave Joliet heading into Lockport, it's the land on the right side of Collins Street. Over the past several months, Mayor Darcy has met with members of the Collins Street Neighborhood Council at the request of Ms. Alma Montero, who is in the audience tonight. Mayor Darcy has met with Senator Ventura and myself to discuss many issues that have been ongoing. During these meetings, Mayor Darcy was fully updated on the concerns we have been raising for more than 6 years. Residents have repeatedly reported that State Representative Larry Walsh Jr. has allowed associates of his, including Mr. Mark Grabovoy and others, to use these public open lands for disc golf activities, including the sale of alcohol, which profits have been kept privately. We have also brought forward concerns about illegal dumping by a local construction company on the land that buttons right up to Ms. Montero's backyard. As a result, these grounds and the surrounding ecosystem have suffered significant damage. Trees have been cut, wetlands have been drained, and an important natural habitat has been degraded in the process. These actions pose environmental hazards. If this were happening under different circumstances or by other individuals that are not politically connected, consequences would likely have been far more severe. These people would probably be in jail right now. I'm here tonight to make sure that the entire council is aware of these issues, because some of you may not be aware. You're probably only getting one side of the story, okay? And I know you're going to take a vote tonight. And I want to ask that you genuinely listen to the residents who have placed our trust in you as our council. We do not need more politically driven shenanigans. We need responsible stewardship of public land. Senator Ventura introduced Senate Bill 1698 in the past, which would transfer these acres to the Will County Forest Preserve, an entity that is equipped to protect and manage the land properly. I do not understand why Representative Walsh has previously blocked this Senate bill twice, and why our city manager, Beth Beatty, along with the consultant, according to an article in the Patch, have opposed a measure that would ensure proper environmental management by the Will County Forest Preserve. Senate Bill 1698 has been reintroduced again by Senator Ventura, and we sincerely hope that Representative Walsh will support it this time rather than obstruct it again. We have also sought the support of State Representative Dagmara Avelar to support Senate Bill 1698. Tonight, I would like to recommend that the city amend its resolution to state clearly that it will pursue an intergovernmental agreement with the state of Illinois, because that land belongs to the state of Illinois, not to the city, okay? That you pursue an IGA, intergovernmental agreement with the state for the property with buildings on it only, while supporting the transfer of the open lands to the forest preserve. This is a practical and balanced both and approach rather than an all or nothing stance. Thank you for your time and for your consideration. We ask that you stand with the residents you represent to help ensure this land is protected for future generations. Muchas gracias. Thank you.
Christine Johnson.
she's the same height as me. This is great. Good evening, Mayor, council members, city manager, everybody else who I'm missing, sorry. Wow, that was an incredible presentation. And wow, let's save the lands. But I'm going to come to you from a completely different perspective concerning the old Joliet prison, that property itself. The agreement, the resolution that is up for vote tonight includes that property, the actual Joliet prison, which, as you know, I am a crazy prison historian. For whatever reason, I love the prison. I'm not from Joliet, but I moved to your city because I love the history and I love being at the prison. You know the whole situation. I have been banned by Greg Pierbolt from ever stepping foot on the property right now, something that I've asked people to reverse. So according to this resolution, the city, you are being entrusted by the state with this property. You. I'm trusting you. Why can't you help me then? Why can't you help the 7 of us who were banned? It has nothing to do with the museum. We know that this is beyond a personnel issue. This is personal, okay? I'm not gonna lie. And why don't you have people there who really love the history and care about it? My husband, 25-year DOC career. Wouldn't you guys really love to hear how when he was a correctional officer, what it was like to walk Richard Speck around? Richard Speck killed 8 student nurses in 1966. I was a baby. But how about Brian Dugan, who killed Janina Carrico in Naperville? Yeah, he was his counselor. Oh, and Chester Weger. How about that? The Starved Rock State Park killer. Mike was his counselor. Wouldn't you like to hear all about that? Because man, his stories are fascinating. Why do people want to ignore living history and historians who care? Why are we being banned? We cannot take our families. We cannot take our friends to the prison. We're very proud of that prison. We're proud of what we stand for. I'm proud of my husband's, career. And as I've stated before, he's 68 years old. Okay? It's just a fact of life. I want him to be able to walk back in that prison with his head held high. Does the IDOC, are they aware that 2 retired IDOC employees have been banned from the property? That should be disclosed to them, and I'm happy to talk to whoever and let them know, because that seems kind of strange. I can't believe that the IDOC would not be interested to know that 2 of their retired employees have been banned for absolutely no reason whatsoever. The 7 of us have been exonerated, and as long as the leadership at the Joliet Area Historical Museum continues the way it is going, under the leadership of Mr. Pierbolt and the board of directors included, we're still going to be banned. You guys can do something about it. I know you can. You can. We don't want our jobs back. We want to bring our families. We want to enjoy the history. Why are we being denied our constitutional rights to go to a state property and not explore it? We have that right too. We did nothing. We have been exonerated, and would someone please stand up for us against this bully and his crew? That's all we're asking for. I love that you guys are going to lease it again. Woohoo. But let us come back, please. That's all I'm asking. Thank you very much.
Hugh O'Hara.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Here tonight on behalf of the Joliet Area Historic Museum Board of Directors. Just want to say that we really encourage you to pass this lease tonight. This has been a process that the city's been involved in, the museum's been involved in. I really want to thank your staff, both City Manager Beth Beatty and City Attorney Todd Lindsay. They did a lot of work in getting this lease finalized. There were a lot of steps to go through with Department of Corrections. All of the other issues that have been brought up tonight are things that can continue to be discussed. with regards to the 135 or 160 acres there. All of that can continue to be discussed with this lease being approved. Those are separate issues from this and can be discussed later. What this does is allow us to continue to operate in the prison, and it allows us to continue to go after additional state funds for continued remediation at the site and continued stabilization efforts. To date, we've gotten $7.1 million spent, or right around there, on stabilization efforts. We've gotten the prison added to, it's a National Register Historic District because there's multiple properties on there. So really we've seen nothing but improvements happen at the prison in the last several years. We want to continue that. We want to continue this work. We believe that that can all be done. What this really does is it allows Joliet to be in the driver's seat and to control what happens on that site and with that property. The best thing for it is to stay with the city. The reason that it's been kept together and why parcels haven't been segmented out is because we've been successful in getting and targeting state money for this property. I realize that state money is all taxpayer money, but what we don't want to do is put those full costs on just the residents of Joliet. The state of Illinois created the situation out there where we had fires, where we had buildings falling down. They should be the ones to pay for that and not just the residents of Joliet. So this really gives the city the driver's seat in this and allows us to move forward in a positive manner. So again, thank you to the staff for all their hard work on this. We really encourage you to vote and support this tonight and give the city another 3 years to continue the work there, give the museum 3 more years to continue our work there, and hopefully get to a point where ideally within 3 years we'll have all the funds we need from the state to stabilize things and talk about transfer of ownership. But before that, let's keep this together. Let's keep the pressure on the state to clean up the mess that they created. So thank you.
Is there anyone else who would like to speak on an agenda item this evening?
Good night, everyone. My name is Sandra Aguirre. I'm precinct number 13, the side of Joliet. Mayor Darcy, council, gentlemen and ladies. I would like for you to consider to keep this under what Alicia said, but not just Alicia. It's all about our residents. You are in the position that you are because of us, believing in you. So please consider that for the future runnings, if you are. Number one. And number two is that Senator Rachel Ventura did a proposal when we did the meeting over at the Hartman Center. And Larry Walsh Jr. was there, which is, I think that he should be more considerable and take responsibilities. I mean, I am the little guy, but I do listen and I do see. So please consider to passing reconsidering all that the lady that has said about history. And I do agree with all what Mrs. Morales said. That's all what I have to say. Thank you.
Is there anyone else who would like to speak on an agenda item?
Good evening, everybody. My name is Alma Montero, so I am the resident that Ms. Alicia Morales was referring to. And I wasn't going to speak tonight, but I felt that I need to because after hearing Mr. Hugh O'Hara, unfortunately, you know, we keep getting told different things, right? And one of the things I was told by Mr. Darcy was that they were for transferring the land to the Forest Preserve, right? When Ms. Rachel Ventura, the senator, introduced the bill, I saw that the city opposed that transfer. So unfortunately, there was no trust, and that's one of the biggest things that I had talked to Mr. Darcy, the trust. Not only with the neighbors, but everybody else and everybody that's in that property. Again, this property, just for anybody that does not know, I was here 6 years ago. Ms. Pullman was here, Ms. Rudin was here. Nobody approached me to say, hey, what's going on? Everybody walked away. Nobody cared about what's going on with these individuals that were there. And I believe Mr. Clement was there, Mr. Hogg was there at that meeting. And it was just concerning that just a group of individuals get to use this public land that all Illinois taxpayers are paying for. Joliet taxpayers are also paid for, and we are not allowed to use it. Only this select group. It has a gate, a lock. So again, like Ms. Morales said, for anybody that does not know the history and would like to know more, I will be around after this meeting. If anybody wants further information, I have pictures, videos, reports, emails. I have everything documented. So I understand what Mr. O'Hara was saying, that, please pass this resolution and we can continue working, but there hasn't been that. Everything has been just kind of putting pat in my head and saying, okay, it'll be okay, we'll fix it, we'll take care of it. But then I turn around and everybody's like, oh, well, don't worry about it. This is a great project for the community. Nobody in the community in District 4 is using it. Okay? We haven't seen any improvements. We haven't seen anything. So unfortunately, District 4 residents that have no sidewalks to walk on or have any property for our children to use, we can't go in there and use it. So unfortunately, all these things that I have been hearing and the community has been hearing is untrue. So I am asking all of you that if you do not know exactly what's going on in that property, I'm not referring to the prison or the women's prison, okay? I understand they're separate properties, but they're all together through the state. But I do ask that you guys maybe table this and get more information about exactly what's happening out there and why it was happening. Up until maybe 3 weeks ago or 2 weeks ago, Mr. Darcy said they sent the letter for cease and desist for Mr. Mark Gravaboy and his group to stop using the property officially. But for 6 years, they've been back there. They called it beautifying it, but the deer population has gone down. A lot of trees are gone. I mean, there's still plenty because it's a big property, but trees have been cut down. No permits for anything. The marshes have been drained, and there's public videos on YouTube of them claiming and saying what they've been doing. So again, please inform yourself before you vote on something like this, because there's a lot more to it. And if you don't know, if you don't ask questions, you're not gonna know. Okay, so my request as a direct resident and a taxpayer, this is not an Alma situation or an Alma issue. This is a City of Joliet issue for the community and other communities that can benefit from coming to use this property. So please look at that, and if we need to table that and revisit it, please do so. Thank you.
What I want to talk about tonight is about the tax levy, the ordinances for the tax levy, and what do you guys think you feel you should be able to raise people's property taxes? I want to say that every time warehouses are built, that you drive people's property taxes up. And residents are being punished because their property taxes keep going up. Just because a multi-million-dollar warehouse is built next to their place. It increases their property value because some warehouse paid big bucks for that land next door or down the road. And this is where the residents are all being punished. You know how many people say we want to stay in our homes, we like where we live, we want to stay there. We don't deserve to have developments coming in and raising our property taxes because we want to stay in our houses. And it was one of the driving forces that forced my brother to sell my mother's place on me. What's the fact that he said was the property taxes going up? Well, he wasn't paying the property taxes, I was. But it's that thing that everybody in Will County and in the state of Illinois are just being punished so much by rising property taxes. And because of all these warehouses being built in the area, that we have to have all these improvements on the highways. We have all these trucks that are tearing the roads up. ongoing construction work that's never ending because the more warehouses keep getting built. We keep having to redo roads. We see over there I-55 and I-80. That was redone how many years ago? It finally got completed, and now it's being redone again. Because of now they're anticipating the CN intermodal going in. You know, the more times you guys keep on voting these developments in, the more it keeps driving people's property taxes up and to pay for this stuff. And I don't think the residents should keep on being punished for it. This is what you guys want. This is not what the residents want. We want to keep our places. We want to keep our taxes down. We want to be able to afford to live in our houses. We want to be, you know, I'm having just the fits of myself just trying to find a new place to live in to where I can afford. You know, to try to keep my SSI income. You know, I live on $11,604 all year for my SSI income. I'd like to see anybody try to live on that and then have the medical bills that I have on top of it all. I lost my place that I could afford, which was my mother's place, which I was happy at. And I know all the other residents, I speak so much for everybody, not only in Will County, but across all Illinois. We're tired of the property taxes going up, and we're seeing businesses not paying their shares. You know, the Whimsy truck in that bought my mother's place, they're only paying $7,056.18 for the 7.09 acres. Yet they paid $993,000 for the land. You realize that's not even 1% tax they're being taxed on for that property? And it's nothing being done, it's growing all wild weeds, it looks ugly. Well, why don't we, the residents, get to pay less than 1% on property taxes to keep our places, like the businesses do? Just start taxing the big corporate businesses like they should be taxed, more than what we should be paying. They should be taxed commercially, which should be big prices, which means Whimsy should be paying like about $59,000 for that property of my ma's, not $7,000.
Is there anyone else who would like to speak on an agenda item? Okay, seeing none. Under appointments, the mayor is recommending Pat Strosha III be appointed to the Board of Fire and Police Commissioners, replacing Herb Landy. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
It's been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilman Clement?
Mayor, great addition.
Thank you.
Councilman Hug?
Aye.
Councilwoman Ibarra?
Aye.
Councilman Moreno?
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin?
Aye.
Councilwoman Quillman?
Aye.
Councilwoman Reardon?
Aye.
Councilman Cardenas?
Aye.
Mayor Darcy?
Aye.
Motion carried. Next, we have council committee reports. Land Use and Economic Development.
Land Use and Economic Development Committee met Wednesday, November 19th, 2025 at 3:30 here at City Hall in the council chambers. In attendance was Councilwoman Ibarra, Councilman Mudrin, myself, and city staff members. We just had one agenda item to review. It was the TMP 9209 Award of Business Continuity Grant for the total amount of $63,733.50 to Cut 158 Inc. This item is on our agenda for a vote tonight. Following our review and discussion, the committee recommends advancing this item to the full council for approval with our support. That was all on my report. Councilman Mudrin or Ibarra?
Great job as always.
And that's my report, Mayor.
Thank you.
And Public Service.
Public Service Committee met here yesterday at 4:30 in the afternoon in the council chambers. On the committee and present were Councilwoman Reardon, Councilman Mudrin, and myself, as well as Director of Public Works Greg Ruddy, Director of Utilities Allison Swisher, and several other support staff of theirs. Short agenda, we reviewed most of it yesterday. The city manager did during the pre-council meeting. Contracts, there were 4 items. One was for about $28,500 to rebuild an engine on a ladder truck, number 779. It's still got a lot of life left in it. Unfortunately, the engine needs to be rebuilt. A lot less expensive than buying a new one at this point. We're still going to get more years out of it. Excuse me. 2025 resurfacing contract. Award of contract for a resurfacing contract to PT Farrow for about $516,000. We looked at the approval of purchase of a compact electric sweeper from Brown Equipment Company in the amount of $342,523 to be used exclusively downtown for the deck and the plaza. That one had a split vote, but it still comes to the council with a 2-to-1 vote in favor of purchasing it. And we also had another district meter area chamber installation contract for PT Faro underground vaults and such in the amount of $268,000. Under pay orders and change orders, pay estimates, and final payments, we had one change order for a professional services agreement for $268,630 for the detailed engineering of the underground tunnels we have our water and sewer pipes under the river. Very specialized work. We did the preliminary, and now we're doing the detailed engineering so we can shore that up. It needs a considerable amount of work, so this is a wise investment. We added $82,779 to the sewer and water inspection program, and that is with Pipe View America. That is in addition to a $500,000 plus contract we had. That's for the South End Water District that we took on, and the county will reimburse us for totally for that amount. And we did have a final payment after a deduction of $1.7 million, a deduction, not an increase, to Austin Tyler Construction Incorporated, with the final payment being reduced to $564,960, and that was for the Plainfield Road from Theodore to Black Road Water Main Improvements Project. So again, things went better and quicker, and Austin Tyler did a great job on that, so we were able to come in under estimated budget by $1.7 million. Nothing under ordinance and resolutions. We had 2 items. And one was for, basically, we have to give land to the Grand Prairie Water Commission that we formed with the other communities for our water from Lake Michigan in 2030. And there will be 4 points in the city where the water will come from the commission and then, of course, be distributed within the city. And we have to have, where they come and connect to the city, we have to give them land to build the facility they need to build to make that connection possible. So that's all we're doing, is we're giving them the land that we had purchased so that they can get us connected. And let's see, the last item was a transportation local match commitment. It was continued widening of Theodore on the far west side, west of 59. And it's just a commitment that if the funding, the grant comes through, there's matching. It's 20% of the city. There's a matching grant. The grant would be $2.3 million, and the city would have to come up with $569,000, which is 20% of that. So we have to formally commit to that. We can budget or afford to do that should we get that grant. All of the items, except for the one that I mentioned earlier, were reviewed by all 3 of us and found to be in order and unanimously approved for recommendation to the full council, the full council approval. Did I miss anything, folks?
No, good.
Terry, that's my report.
Thank you.
I show no other reports. Under consent agenda, invoices to be paid. It is recommended this report be approved. Council Memo Number 630-25, award of contract to Precision Truck Center for the engine rebuild and ladder truck FD779 in the amount of $28,454.54. Council Memo Number 631-25, award of contract for the 2025 roadways resurfacing contract A to PT Faro Construction Company in the amount of $516,142.58. Council Memo Number 632-25, approval of purchase 1 compact electric sweeper from Brown Equipment Company in the amount of $342,523. Council Memo Number 633-25, award of contract for the District Meter Area Chamber Installation Project to PT Faro Construction Company in the amount of $267,550. Council Memo Number 634-25, approval of Amendment Number 1 to the Professional Services Agreement for Engineering Design Services for the Des Plaines River Tunnel Crossing Rehabilitation Project for the Water Main Replacement Program to Jacobs Associates, DBA Delve Underground, in the amount of $268,630. Council Memo Number 635-25, approval of change order number 1 for the 2025 sanitary sewer cleaning and inspection program to Pipe View America in the amount of $82,779.94. It is recommended Council Memos 630-25 through 635-25 be approved.
Could I, real quick, Mayor, quick question. I actually wanted, I fell asleep at the switch, so to speak. I wanted 632-25. I wanted to request that be removed for a separate vote. Is it too late to do that?
I'm sorry, which one?
632-25, the electric sweeper.
Oh, we already.
We don't have a motion on the table yet, so that's why I wanted to.
Yeah, so we can do that now. Lauren would just have to.
Chew her cabbage twice?
Well, because typically we hear ahead of time, so we can just say, let's remove it out of that. But if you'd like to vote no on that, to pull it out, I mean, we can, or you can just vote no on that one item. I don't want to complicate the script for the clerk at this point either.
I didn't know that it was possible to vote on a single consent agenda and express a no vote on one of the consent items.
We can pull it out for you, is what I'm saying, so you could vote no.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Thank you.
So Larry Hug made a motion to pull agenda number 632-25 out of the consent agenda.
Okay, second.
Sherry Reardon seconds. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? It will be taken out of consent and moved to the regular agenda.
Okay. Okay. Is there a motion to approve all said consent agenda items?
So moved.
Second.
Okay. It's been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilman Hug?
Aye.
Councilwoman Ibarra?
Aye.
Councilman Moreno?
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin?
Aye.
Councilwoman Quillman?
Aye.
Councilwoman Reardon?
Aye.
Councilman Cardenas?
Aye.
Councilman Clement?
Aye.
Mayor Darcy?
Aye.
Motion carried. Okay. Next is agenda items. So we will do council memo number 632-25. Approval of purchase of one compact electric sweeper from Brown Equipment Company in the amount of $342,523.
So moved.
Second.
Any comments or questions? Thank you.
It's been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilwoman Ibarra?
Aye.
Councilman Moreno?
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin?
Aye.
Councilwoman Quillman?
Aye.
Councilwoman Reardon?
Aye.
Councilman Cardenas?
Aye.
Councilman Clement?
Aye.
Councilman Hug?
No.
Mayor Darcy?
Aye.
Motion carried. Council Memo number 637-25, award of business continuity grant for the total amount of $63,733.50 to Cut 158 Incorporated. It is recommended Council Memo number 637-25 be approved.
So moved.
Second.
Any comments or questions? Okay.
It's been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilman Moreno?
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin?
Aye.
Councilwoman Quillman?
Aye.
Councilwoman Reardon?
Aye.
Councilman Cardenas?
Aye.
Councilman Clement?
Aye.
Councilman Hug?
No.
Councilwoman Ibarra?
Aye.
Mayor Darcy?
Aye.
Motion carried. Council Memo number 638-25, approval of change order number 2 for the Plainfield Road, Theodore Street to Black Road Water Main Improvements Project to Austin Tyler Construction Incorporated for a decreased amount of $1,735,236.11 and pay estimate number 11 and final in the amount of $564,960.68. It is recommended Council Memo number 638-25 be approved.
So moved.
Second.
Any comments or questions? Thank you.
It's been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilman Mudrin?
Aye.
Councilwoman Quillman?
Aye.
Councilwoman Reardon?
Aye.
Councilman Cardenas?
Aye.
Councilman Clement?
Aye.
Councilwoman Hug?
Aye.
Councilwoman Ibarra?
Aye.
Councilman Moreno?
Abstain.
Mayor Darcy?
Aye.
Motion carried. Under public hearing, Council Memo number 640-25, public hearing for the 2026 fiscal year budget. This is a public hearing, so comments would be in order at this time. Is there anyone who would like to speak under the public hearing? Okay, seeing none, let the record show the public hearing is now closed. Under ordinances. Council Memo Number 642-25, ordinance for the levy and assessment of taxes for the fiscal year beginning January 1, 2025 and ending December 31st, 2025, in and for the Joliet Public Library, Will and Kendall Counties, Illinois. It is recommended that ordinance be adopted.
So moved.
Second.
Any comments or questions?
Mayor,
Yeah.
we have Kevin Singh can touch
Yeah,
briefly on this.
Yes. So libraries levy is similar to the cities. And we're proposing a levy that does not impact or increase the rate charged to taxpayers. So this would actually be the second year in a row that the rate did not go up. So last year's rate actually went down almost a little more than 6.5 cents. And so we've structured this levy to do kind of the same thing, that the increase in the levy amount is funded by new construction or new growth that's occurred in the city. And with that, we expect the rate to maintain the same level at $1.23 or go down. So we expect it to be a stable rate or actually decrease for 2025.
Thank you.
Mayor?
Yeah.
Kevin, to be clear, we are collecting more tax from the taxpayers as a whole. We are increasing the levy, and that's what the levy is, the amount of tax we're going to collect. By raising the levy over last year's levy, we're going to be collecting more tax. And while you're saying, of course, we have an addition of new properties and so forth, that will keep the tax rate the same, the reason why we're collecting more tax, part of the reason, is because the values have gone up. So people are going to pay most likely more money on their property tax for the house, even with the same tax rate, as opposed to keeping the levy the same as last year, like the county did or Lockport did. In which case, you might see a number of them that see their taxes stay the same or decrease.
We've structured this one based on the amount of new construction, not the reassessments. And so the extra tax money is coming from new properties or new taxpayers, if you will, not from the existing taxpayers.
Now, when we talk, that's not.
Yeah, we at Finance Committee, we talked about it, that we did not factor in reassessments.
Right.
Because we don't know that that's happening.
Right, but the county will factor it in.
At the end of the day, that's
Yes.
why, most likely why last year's rate went down, because once reassessments are factored in, there's a chance that rate will go down. I don't know that number at the time of adoption, so I can't state
Right, and
that is fact.
after the reassessments, which would not be pertinent to this, if we had kept the levy the same as other municipalities have done, we can almost guarantee they're going to go down. The rate's going to go down if we kept the levy the same and not increased it. Correct?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Any other comments? Thank you.
It's been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilwoman Quomen?
No.
Councilwoman Reardon?
Aye.
Councilman Cardenas?
Aye.
Councilman Clement?
Aye.
Councilman Hug?
No.
Councilwoman Ibarra?
Aye.
Councilman Moreno?
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin?
Aye.
Mayor Darcy?
Aye.
Motion carried. Council Memo Number 643-25, ordinance for the levy and assessment of taxes for the fiscal year beginning January 1st, 2025 and ending December 31st, 2025 in and for the city of Joliet, Will, and Kendall counties. It is recommended that ordinance be adopted.
So moved.
Second.
Any comments or questions? Thank you.
Councilwoman Reardon?
Aye.
Councilman Cardenas?
Aye.
Councilman Clement?
Aye.
Councilman Hug?
No.
Councilwoman Ibarra?
Aye.
Councilman Moreno?
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin?
Aye.
Councilwoman Quomen?
No.
Mayor Darcy?
Aye.
Motion carried. Council Memo Number 644-25, ordinance authorizing amendments to the rules and regulations of the Board of Fire and Police Commissioners of the City of Joliet. It is recommended that ordinance be adopted.
So moved. Second.
Any comments or questions?
It's been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilman Cardenas?
Aye.
Councilman Clement?
Aye.
Councilman Hug?
Aye.
Councilwoman Ibarra?
Aye.
Councilman Moreno?
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin?
Aye.
Councilwoman Quomen?
Aye.
Councilwoman Reardon?
Aye.
Mayor Darcy?
Aye.
Motion carried. Under resolutions, Council Memo Number 646-25, resolution approving the dedication of a portion of Maple Street as public right-of-way. It is recommended said resolution be adopted.
So moved.
Second.
Any comments or questions? Thank you.
It's been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilman Clement?
Aye.
Councilman Hug?
Aye.
Councilwoman Ibarra?
Aye.
Councilman Moreno?
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin?
Aye.
Councilwoman Quillman?
Aye.
Councilwoman Reardon?
Aye.
Councilman Cardenas?
Aye.
Mayor Darcy?
Aye.
Motion carried. Council Memo Number 647-25, resolution for the Surface Transportation Program Local Match Commitment for the Theodore Street east of Brighton Lane to Illinois Route 59 Roadway Widening Improvement Project, MFT Section Number 18-00515-04-WR. It is recommended said resolution be adopted.
So moved.
Second.
Any comments or questions? Thank you.
It's been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilman Hug?
Aye.
Councilwoman Ibarra?
Aye.
Councilman Moreno?
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin?
Aye.
Councilwoman Quillman?
Aye.
Councilwoman Reardon?
Aye.
Councilman Cardenas?
Aye.
Councilman Clement?
Aye.
Mayor Darcy?
Aye.
Motion carried. Council Memo Number 648-25, resolution approving an easement agreement for the water delivery structure by and between the City of Joliet and the Grand Prairie Water Commission, Joliet Primary Delivery Structure. It is recommended that resolution be adopted.
So moved. Second.
Any comments or questions? Thank you.
It's been motioned and seconded to approve. Councilwoman Ibarra?
Aye.
Councilman Moreno?
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin?
Aye.
Councilwoman Quillman?
Aye.
Councilwoman Reardon?
Aye.
Councilman Cardenas?
Aye.
Councilman Clement?
Aye.
Councilman Hug?
Aye.
Mayor Darcy?
Aye.
Motion carried. Council Memo Number 649-25, resolution authorizing execution of an intergovernmental agreement between the City of Joliet and the State of Illinois for the city's use of the Joliet Correctional Center.
At this time, I'd just like to explain to the council the city's point of view here and how long Tad and I have been working on this with the state of Illinois. So I want to be clear for the neighbors that this golf course that you're talking about is not a permitted use under this lease agreement. So they will not be there. We sent them a cease and desist order a while ago. There's nothing that this happened in a previous administration, and when we were made aware, we took care of the situation. I know from I wasn't at these neighborhood meetings. I know the mayor is, because he'll go where anyone asks him to. But those are just the facts. Like, this is not, the lease tonight does not allow for disc golf on that property. What we're considering tonight is a new 3-year lease with the state. This agreement simply ensures the city can continue accessing and operating the property, which includes the old Joliet prison. Recently, the state Senate did pass a bill regarding a portion of the property, which is what the residents were talking about. That was that they would transfer ownership of 135 acres of open land east of Collins that does not include the Joliet prison to the Forest Preserve District of Will County. At that time, I opposed the bill on behalf of the city because I just want to be clear that we do not oppose giving it to the Forest Preserve, but as city manager, I had not been briefed that this was happening. The mayor had not been briefed that this was happening. So at the end of October, I started getting frantic calls wondering what the city's position was on this. And because I knew nothing about it, I just opposed to make sure that residents would have a say and where, that would go. So I've had since then, we've had several productive conversations with the Forest Preserve District, and we've established a very positive working relationship. We appreciate their willingness to engage collaboratively, and we look forward to working together as discussions about the future of this property continue. My responsibility as city manager is to protect the city's interests, and I couldn't support something that might complicate our position on the property. At the time of the legislation, we were already over a year into negotiations with the state. Any last-minute changes would have impacted our negotiations and jeopardized the terms of the agreement. The state has provided $7 million in state and federal funding for the entire property, including the prison. Breaking up the property runs counter to the record of success. I want to be clear, I'm not opposed to the property eventually going to the Forest Preserve District. We look forward to working with them on creating a cohesive plan that benefits all involved. Our collaboration will include feedback from residents to help us understand how this property enhances and affects the district's operations and services they provide. Since the City Council took control of the old Joliet prison, we've worked hard to maintain and improve the site. Thanks to our strong partnership with the Joliet Area Historical Museum, the prison has become a true asset for Joliet and a place for tours, events, and programs that bring people in from all over. That's a big reason why I support signing this agreement. The prison has become part of Joliet's identity and tourism industry, especially along historic Route 66. Communities all along Route 66 are preparing for a major influx of visitors, and Joliet is in a great position to host special events, tours, and celebration at the prison. Signing this agreement ensures we don't miss out on that once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. It allows us to keep building on the progress we've made and gives us time to develop a thoughtful, transparent, long-term plan with community input. Happy to take any further questions if there's any further clarification that the council needs.
Mayor.
Yeah, Joe.
Yeah, about, all this was brought up about trespassing, and I guess people were out there without permission, and we just really need to address that, any trespassing or illegal dumping, and if we can get our people involved in that.
We are involved, and like I said, the agreement that the previous administration approved, we've stopped that, and it is not a permitted use under this lease that you will sign tonight. A golf course is not a permitted use.
Okay.
So it is the state's land, and it's up to the state, right?
Right.
So we can't tell the state what to do with their property, and
Yep.
she's right about that.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Do a 1-year lease, not a 3-year.
Yeah, year by year.
Go ahead, Larry.
Okay. It's no secret, I've been not supportive of this project since, I think, 2016?
2017.
2017?
Mhm.
And, there's a lot of emotion here. I'm going to say what I said, 8 years ago? It's like a bunch of high school kids, or grade school kids, got the summer off. They went into the forest. This kind of happened to me. You found this old, beat-up fort in the tree, and you said, we're going to turn that into the best fort ever. And you went and took your dad's tools, which you lost and got in trouble for, your grandfather's saw, your dad's hammer. You had fun all summer, and it was in the same condition, a little bit better by the end of the summer. You can't beat the cool factor. Is it cool? Yes, it's cool. It's a financial albatross on the city. I was never going back to 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021. I never got a comprehensive, and I still haven't, list of what we paid as a city. My own analysis, as best I can do, back when we used to have round-the-clock police there, before you guys were all there, was over $5 million we've invested, and we still do capital. This council approves capital. This is a financial drain on the city. It's not being run, or can't be run, I don't know what the answer is, to be successful on its own financially, so that's why I still won't support it. That's all I have to say, Mayor.
I just want to make a comment about the meetings that I went to regarding the 130-some acres. I'm not privy to how government runs as well as I probably should be, being first time as a mayor. So I didn't disagree that the land was being used the wrong way. I didn't disagree that I thought it would be a good move to ultimately have the Park District work towards the completion of that property. What I didn't know was the Park District, I was showed by Senator Ventura a plan that was drawn up in 2018. But that was in 2018. 7 years later, the administration of the Park District was not aware that that plan was going to be brought to their table right away. So in our conversations with the Forest Preserve, they've been very good, cordial, and we do want to work towards an end game. But if I misspoke by saying that I was going to get that done. I don't have the authority, number one. Number two, the forest preserve was not ready to take the land. So I'm not against it. And I will do anything I can. Only you know I worked hard to try and correct the problem that you dealt with for 6 years. And we're not going to stop trying to get this thing solved, but I just want to clear that up. Thank you. Any more comments?
We have a motion. Just need a second.
So moved.
Second.
Great. It's been motion and seconded to approve. Councilman Moreno?
Aye.
Councilman Mudrin?
Aye.
Councilwoman Quillen?
Aye.
Councilwoman Reardon?
Aye.
Councilman Cardenas?
Aye.
Councilman Clement?
Aye.
Councilman Hug?
No.
Councilwoman Ibarra?
Aye.
Mayor Darcy?
Aye.
Motion carried. Next is the city manager's report.
Good evening. On Wednesday, November 19th, the mayor, several staff members, and I attended the Joliet Region Chamber of Commerce and Industry's Visionary Series Luncheon at Hollywood Casino. The luncheon featured Kevin Cross, president and general manager of NBC Universal, and sports legend Dave Kaplan, who discussed the evolution of media. It was an engaging topic, and both speakers were informative and insightful. Thank you to Jan Quillman, Cesar Cardenas, and Pat Mudrin for joining us at that wonderful event. Last Friday, we held our annual tree lighting ceremony, followed by the 27th annual Light Up the Holidays Festival and Parade. It was a wonderful day filled with activities and families enjoying the celebration. I was pleased to see our mayor and several council members in attendance, including Councilman Mudrin, Cardenas, and Moreno. My thanks go to the City Center Partnership, as well as our Public Works, Police and Fire Departments, John Lukancic and the CERT team, our Cultural Affairs and Special Events Director, Ann Sylvester, and other city staff who helped make the day's festivities a success. It was really fun, and we were getting a lot of positive feedback about how Chicago Street is looking and how the square is looking. The tree lighting was great. It was a really good, fun night. I had a lot more fun than I thought I would in the cold, for sure. Holiday map. Joliet residents with addresses within the city are invited to participate in the 2025 Holiday Lights program by decorating the exterior of their homes. Residents can submit their address by completing the online form available at www.joliet.gov/holidaylights. Submissions will be accepted Tuesday, December 1st through Thursday, December 31st, and the link will be live on our website beginning December 1st. Submitted addresses will be viewable online through Friday, January 4th. The artist selected for the City Square sculpture, Sija Chen, is scheduled to present the final presentation to the Arts Commission on Wednesday, December 10th at 5 p.m. at City Hall. Please join us for that as well. Thank you.
Next is public comments. Is there anyone who would like to address the council this evening?
Good evening, Mr. Mayor, City Council. This is City Manager, ladies and gentlemen. Bill Dimitros, Arcas Restaurant Group, and the most commercial, if you rather the word, the last few days from the Joliet patch. I'd like to thank you very much so for the last 2 years that being on the top of, I wouldn't say a problem, but it was a problem, a good problem at the end, and understand what's going on in the downtown area and the businesses with the construction that it was going on. Unfortunately, and fortunately, my biggest restaurant is direct right in the hardcore of the construction, so we got the most effective of it. And effective meaning more than 50% down in the business within almost 2 years now. So I want to thank you on my behalf and my employees that all of them, most of them, I kept them there and they kept supporting their families through that job. And of course, your understanding and the comments that we see on the social media that are going on, it's obviously we all understand why they come and how they come in and why they're misleading the audience. But it's an unfortunate thing that people, they cannot see a great future for the city of Joliet, for the downtown area, and a bigger picture that it's needed to be brought up. Thank you very much, all of you.
Thank you. Thank you.
I bring you all a little Christmas cheer. Good evening, Santa Mayor and Council Elves. My name is Diane Matter, and I reside in Joliet. I am here tonight to share my Christmas wishes with you. I've been good this year, and I hope you consider my requests. First, I'd like to ask for a cul-de-sac at the intersection of New Lenox Road and Oakview Avenue. This would be a wonderful gift for our community, making our neighborhood safer and more enjoyable for everyone. I believe it would have a significant positive impact on our community, and I'm sure many lives will be made safer with this addition. Please, Santa Mayor and Council Elves, can you grant us this wish? There is something else on my list, Santa Mayor and Council Elves. I would like to request a concrete barrier around Lowe's Truck Stop. This would not only enhance safety, but also improve the overall appearance of our city. I think it's a great opportunity to make our city a more welcoming place for visitors and residents alike. Now I'd like to take a moment to congratulate the new graduates of the CERT team, and a special congratulations to my husband on completing the training, even while in the hospital. I'm proud of his dedication to serving our community. I'd also like to express my gratitude to all the CERT team for volunteering their time to make Joliet a better place to live. Your efforts are truly appreciated. Finally, Santa Mayor and Council Elves, I'd like to request a bigger budget for John and the CERT team so they can purchase the necessary equipment and supplies to continue serving our community effectively. That's all I have on my list, Santa Mayor and Council Elves. I wish you all a very safe and happy holiday. Thank you.
Thank you.
Is there anyone else who would like to address the council this evening? Okay, seeing none, we'll move on to mayor and council comments.
No comment.
Santa Mayor, I don't have anything. I have nothing.
I'm Italian, you know I'm gonna talk. Morning Star Mission invited Joliet City Council to participate in Thanksgiving dinner. Now, I know it was a Saturday before Thanksgiving, and some of us couldn't make it, but Councilman Pat Mudrin, Councilwoman Sherry Reardon, and Councilman Juan Marino and his children participated in this dinner, along with many of the Will County Judiciary. Thank you, Morning Star Mission. It was a very meaningful event, serving the unhoused that needed food. And then happy 17th birthday to Lucas Torrens. He is the son of Tony and Sherry Torrens. That's been my best friend for the last 40 years and a Joliet Catholic Academy football player. So happy birthday. I also photographed his very first steps 16 years ago when he was a year old. So happy birthday, Lucas. I want to thank you for all the calls, texts, messages, and prayers when my dad had a very serious medical emergency, and also for my birthday. I want to thank the CERT team because I think we are prepared in a way that is going to be amazing for the city. I hope we never have to use it, but if we do, not only do I think we're very, very well prepared with all of you on the CERT team, but I also think that these are things that you might be able to use in your everyday life, like you might be able to save someone's life with Narcan, or you might be able to save their life if they have a heart attack at the grocery store and you can revive them. So there are so many benefits to being on the CERT team, and I really want to thank everybody for doing that. And then I just wanted to say that I appreciate all the hard work that is done every day by Lauren O'Hara, by Beth Beatty, by Todd Lindsay, by the mayor, and everybody up here. We're doing this because we love the city, and we're in our districts or at large because we really, really care about this city. And with that, just before I throw it back to the next person, I want to say that I did not get one complaint from the east side about any streets that were not plowed. So again, once again, the east side roadway crew, Greg, I hope you let them know they did an amazing job, because that was a very heavy snowfall and I did not get one complaint. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you.
No comment.
Can't follow that.
I only got one complaint about some black ice. Other than that, everything was good, and it melted by the afternoon. So thanks, Greg, because I know I had to call you the day before, because I don't know, these residents, they get crazy the day before. There's the plows out there. There's no blades. I said, don't worry, we'll get it. So thanks for that. Okay, the big Santa send-off is going to be Saturday the 13th, starting at 10 a.m. on the east side. The map is on our website. And if everybody knows or remembers, this started during COVID when everybody couldn't be out. So one of the young ladies came up with this idea. And we have the reindeer, which are the police cars, and we have the regular old, well, it's a newer fire truck. It's not the same one, but it's a fire truck for Santa and Mrs. Claus. And it's become an annual event. We go through the neighborhoods, and people are making it a big deal on Saturday. They have big breakfasts, and then when they hear Santa coming down the road, they're all running outside. Bye, Santa, see you on Christmas Day. And hopefully not, but they'll be looking for us. So it's a fun event for everybody, and I believe this is our 6th year to do it. 6th year? I'm pretty sure. We started in 20, so 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Okay. It's been fun every year, and really enjoyment. And I hope everyone had a wonderful Thanksgiving. And with Christmas coming up, just be careful, watch your valuables, watch your kids, and don't forget about our animals outside. People forget sometimes, and with the snow, they forget about it, but please bring them in. So everybody can have a nice, safe Christmas coming up. But I'd love to see all of you at the Santa Send-Off. Again, that's Saturday the 13th, starting at 10 a.m. That's a Saturday. And I was out of town for Thanksgiving, so sorry I missed everything, the big parade and all, but I usually do that, but it's always a lot of fun. So I watched it on TV, so when I got home. All right, everybody, thank you so much, and safe travels.
I just want to bring up one thing bring up one thing, habitatwill.org. If you go to that website, they are starting a great fundraiser to, of course, build homes. It sounds like it's going to be a fantastic auction, so if you have the time and the inclination to donate, please go to habitatwill.org. And I just want to say, John, what are you doing back there? I think Suzanne just threw her hand up to register to be on CERT. So, right, Suzanne?
Sure,
Susanna?
of course. I just want to know why he named the squirrel Susie.
Oh, you'll know if you go to CERT.
And you can't figure that out.
That's it.
I too want to thank everybody for the City Center Square Parade. That tree is absolutely the most perfect tree we could have put there for our inaugural first year there. I want to thank Mrs. Claus for the plug for John Lukanzik to get him a little bit more money. The CERT team is just phenomenal, and what a great help to our community and all the volunteer hours they give. So again, many thanks to all those in the CERT team. A couple of quick announcements. We are having some more workshops with our Joliet long-term comprehensive plan. We've got some in December, some in January. In December, we're going to have on December 8th the Housing and Neighborhoods Workshop, which will be held on Monday the 8th. And we're going to have Transportation and Mobility Workshops, which will be held on Tuesday the 9th. The workshops will be here at City Hall at 6:30. And if you'd like to pre-register, it's encouraged to go to joliet.gov/comprehensive plan. One more thing I'd like to talk about real quick is that with everything that's been accomplished through the annexation agreement and partnership with North Point, Center Point, and all that, there had been residents from Millsdale Road here a lot talking about the traffic issues they have out there. And that's now being curbed. It's going to come over to, what's the name of that street, Greg?
I believe it's Compass Parkway.
Compass Parkway. So now instead of using Millsdale Road, all the employees are going to curve over, come down Compass Parkway, and there will be a cul-de-sac, which the final engineering is just about done, to cul-de-sac Millsdale Road east of the track. So there will be no more travel going back and forth. And all those employee cars from like 2 to about 6, I think is the heavy traffic, are going to come down Compass Parkway. It's been requested by North Point that we would put police officers out there at their expense to control that traffic as we move forward on lighting it and doing different things. So, Chief, we think we can work that out, don't we?
Sure.
Okay. I know that they haven't been here in a while, but I want to make sure that that's out there so they understand that we're working towards clearing up that problem for those folks out there. That's all I've got. Thank you.
Okay. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting adjourned.